Want to watch the music videos as we review them? Head to vimeo.com/headfulofradio. The video reviews will be released in sync with the podcast.
Welcome to Head Full of Radio, where a longtime Radiohead fan goes through the whole recorded discography alongside his friend, who's only familiar with the song Creep. Will we agree on the songs? Can I convert him into a fan? Let's find out.
Did someone just rip their pants?
No, that was me. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know if that was. That scared me. I thought it was like a fly or something.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
You're undoing your zipper to get ready for the next song?
Oh,
Is that what's
absolutely.
happening?
You got me hyped. I'm all hot and bothered. No, I was...
That's, you know what? I respect that.
That's how this episode's going to open. You realize that, right?
What even song do we have coming up?
We have Street Spirit.
Oh, okay.
Street Spirit. Do you remember a couple episodes ago when we watched Fake Plastic Trees and I said it was this deep and meaningful song? That wasn't the song that I was trying to talk about. This is the song that all that stuff was about.
Oh my God, you're so right. I love that I didn't catch.
Yeah, so Fake Plastic Trees, the parts I said about Thom breaking down and recording it and it becoming this beautiful thing is correct.
For
Yes,
Fake Plastic
but all the other stuff I said about the emotion of them playing it live,
Right, yeah.
that's this one.
Not
That's why the music video was
gotcha.
so weird to me. I was like, this isn't the vibe. That makes sense.
Yeah, I feel like maybe at the end of all this, we're going to have this segment at the end of all this, Chase, of like going back and looking at some things to maybe change some scores. So maybe we'll do that with this one in case you want to redo it after we've watched all the videos in 25 years.
Look, I am a man of consistency. I will stick to my guns. I'm not going to be a coward about it.
So I'm not going to tell you too much stuff about this to go into it unless Nico thinks it'll help. Do you remember that long thing that I told you about that was a Thom Yorke quote?
Yes, I do remember. I can remember the gist of it.
I don't feel like I should share that until afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you kind of did the whole like transfer thing of what you gave for Fake Plastic Trees for this, and I feel like that's sufficient.
Yeah,
Foundation.
Basically, yeah. There's a lot of emotion going into this one, Chase. He says, "I can't believe we have fans that can deal emotionally with this song live. That's why I'm convinced that they don't know what it's about. And that's why we play it towards the end of our sets. It drains me and it shakes me and hurts like hell every time I play it, looking at thousands of people cheering and smiling, oblivious to the tragedy of its meaning. I wish that song hadn't picked us as catalysts, and so I don't claim it as my own. It asks too much of me, so I didn't write that song. It just came to being."
That sounds very much like what an artist would say about something.
Yeah. All right, let's this is the band's best placed chart entry.
Oh.
Up until a song from the next album coming up. So up till this point, it became that. So let's jump in and watch the Street Spirit video.
Go!
This makes sense. Black and white.
I already have chills.
Was that car there the whole time?
You notice he doesn't have an arm? I was staring at Johnny, but then I realized he doesn't have an arm there. No.
That is correct. He is armless.
And it's interesting you mentioned like kind of the interpretive dance of what you wanted for the last song, and then we've kind of got elements of that here.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is, yeah.
Bless you.
Oh, sorry. I should have muted myself.
Well,
for
it's
that.
staying in now.
It's the street spirit.
Yeah.
I had to bless you.
I actually really like that little smile bit that he just did there. It's so different to me for not only for Thom Yorke, but like for this video feeling in general. It seems out of place, but for some reason seems perfectly in place. I don't know why that stands out to me so
It
much.
almost gives me like a little bit of like, you know, if like people get like possessed and they have like that sort of like sinister smirk, it kind of gives me like a feel of that.
Right.
I see what you're saying.
Shots are always so interesting, aren't they?
What are interesting?
Like this shot
Yeah, for
is
sure.
just interesting to me.
Oh,
It's kind of like I lost the wording, but it felt like something out of like The Exorcist.
Like there are parts of this that really scream art
yeah.
to me, like that bit there. And then this is very music video-y to me, but they fit together well.
Yeah.
Like that looks like something I'd see in a David Lynch movie.
I'm gonna be honest, that might be the least like impactful looking swings of a hammer I've ever seen in my life.
That was cool.
And that is Street Spirit.
That was cool.
Well, Chase, how do you feel about this one?
I personally big fan.
I'm nodding
Although,
over here and
again-
just realized that people can't hear the noise.
Like,
Keep
yes,
going.
yes. Although
do
I will
subtitles.
say, it was like I said, it was quite funny that like at the end there that
Yeah.
just swinging of the hammer like made me laugh for some reason, because it just felt. Yeah, it was like he didn't really want to swing it. Like I don't know why I'm fixating so much on that, but it just made me laugh because it's like he is like, oh, I don't know if he actually wants to swing this.
Yeah, he looks like he's
right
like,
now.
why am I doing this? Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, I was a big fan of that, and however many months it's been ago, I was talking about the Fake Plastic Trees video where I wished the song did a better job of portraying the deep emotion of everything. And I feel like that song did a really good job in that aspect. I feel like that knocked it out of the park.
I'm still nodding.
So I think that's a big plus in my book. And like your comments were kind of interesting as well, where you're talking about how it kind of felt half artistic, half music video. It was it felt like it blended together in a way that wasn't like frustrating.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times it can be so like just hard to keep track, and it's not the cleanest transitions in the world, but I feel like that was a lot cleaner than I would have expected for that. It's just a hard thing to do. So shout out to them for making it work so well.
Now, in terms of scoring,
I'm giving it a 3.5.
Right.
I feel like I need to listen to it a couple more times to fully understand what meaning is trying to be. I feel like it's one of those songs that just takes a bit to understand fully, and I feel like I am not there just
I
yet.
like that viewpoint.
So it's something that I think as the years go on and as I listen to it more, the score will go up. But just from a purely like one-time listen perspective, I feel like there is room for improvement.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, do you want to know the scores that Nico and I gave them before we tell you what we're going to score this one? Or do you want Nico and I to score it and then we tell you what we scored the song?
I would score and then go back because I have more
Actually,
fun that
Nico,
way.
while you're doing your score, at some point, you know what you rated it.
I don't even remember. This is because when Chase was talking, I feel like I definitely remember saying something similar originally about how, because obviously, like, I remember you being quite high on this song. And I remember thinking, like, it's going to take me a few more listens through to kind of fully absorb the, like, grandiosity that's, like, surrounds this song. Like, but I really, really rated the music video. Like, I think I'm realizing when I do music videos, what I'm watching is, like, coming into play the score-wise a lot more than the song on its own. Because, like, the song we have, like, standalone scores for anyway. So, like, this is more of a time to give priority to the music video. And I think it did a really good job of, like Chase said, like, it wasn't frustrating, like, the kind of juxtaposition between, like, it being, like, arty versus, like music video. Like, I think it made sense for it to be partly jarring, and I think they do that quite a bit, like, with their, like, fast cuts. So I think there was an element of, like, obviously things are not supposed to be, like, placed perfectly, and there is supposed to be a bit of weirdness. But I think it just worked, like, really well and, like, translated in a way that I really appreciated. So for those reasons, I'm going to give it a Johnny, a number 4.
And funnily enough, that's exactly what you gave the song on its own.
Is it really? Okay, there you go then.
Mm-hmm. I am... I'm going to struggle with this one a little bit. You two know me really well, so you know what happens, what's been going on in my personal life, which I don't talk about here because this is my way of getting away from the personal stuff. There were a couple of points in that video that transported me back into the difficulty of being a teenager or an 18-year-old in 1997. This song really struck me then. And I guess just because I'm sort of in not a similar state of depression, it's a very different type because of the situation that I'm involved in. But it sort of allows me to relate back to that teenager a lot. And there were a couple of points in this video watching it where I was very silent because I was kind of struggling with holding on to my emotion for how beautiful I think this song is and how much it means to me. So it's I gave this song a Thom when we first heard it, and I'm going to give the video also a Thom because for me it's hard to. I don't know if you can hear me shaking a little bit in my voice. I'm really trying to hold it together. It's hard for me to disassociate how much this song has meant to me over a long period of time, and so I just can't see it logically and go, well, this song, talking during it was one thing, but just feeling it afterwards is a completely different thing. So I'm going to rate it as high as that while I gain a little bit of composure there and get my sexy radio voice back.
I think that makes complete sense. I mean, if something makes you feel to that extent, then what are you going to give a 5 for if not for that? Like, 100% I am on board with anything that can do that to you. And like a lot of people, there's all sorts of reasons to listen to music, but like I don't know if you'd call it nostalgia when it comes to like thinking of like the harder times of life, but definitely when like they connect the two dots and that's really powerful stuff. So thank you for sharing that.
See, I my pleasure. I was a Radiohead fan think I've said this a few times before. I became one because of Creep. I started playing High and Dry and Fake Plastic Trees to girlfriends. Do you remember that, Nico? I was talking to Nico during our song listenings, Chase, and I was like, I think I played it for someone named Sandra or Leah. I know it's Sandra or Leah. I just don't remember which one. And just as it was big for me too, but that seeing and hearing Street Spirit was like a getaway for me as a teenager. I could put it on my headphones and bliss out to it and sort of. Thom says, "Immerse your soul in love" at the end of the song, but I was like immersed in sort of the darkness of that the track sort of secretly hides, almost right plainly in front of you. And it still punches me that way. But I don't want to end this on a sad note. I do have a surprise for the two of you.
Ooh, we love surprises.
Chase, are you familiar with the band The Darkness? Have you heard the song "I Believe in a Thing Called Love" before? Okay, that's The Darkness. The Darkness decided to do a cover of Street Spirit.
Oh, interesting.
And I have a live version here I'm going to play for you because if familiarity with "I Believe in a Thing Called Love" is completely like how kind of goofy balls out rock it is, right? Let's see if you enjoy this version of "I Believe in a of Street Spirit.
Oh, I'm ready.
I'm already
dialing
in
up
it,
like
so
they're just like balls to the wall rock sort of elements.
I think it's fantastic that a band could take like a deep darkish song and turn it into this sort of like beautifully heavy
because
thing.
It works. Yeah, it does. It's just strange.
And I love his singing. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like over the top in the best way possible.
Like he knows how ridiculous it is, kind of.
And it just manages to go up even more.
Yeah.
I definitely can't hit those notes.
You just gotta believe.
Yeah. I think I would be completely off guard as a fan to hear this come out of it, honestly.
I love that this exists.
Yeah.
Because like before, it's like almost like being in like the scary presence of the devil, like breathing over you. Whereas it's like full on like I'm dancing with the devil and I'm having a good time.
Absolutely. They've taken all that darkness that Thom talked about and turned it into their own thing. Get it? The darkness.
I appreciate it.
Hardy har.
Dad jokes abound. I needed a laugh at the end of this episode.
It's like positively ridiculous in the best way possible. I'm a humongous fan.
There you go. Yeah, it made it fun. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
That was a really fun time.
Good big rock ending.
Very
There you
cool.
go.
I'm glad you shared that. That was
Meow.
really, it's nice to have a different take on it.
Yeah, it's pretty
That was
ridiculous.
fun.
Very ridiculous.
Thank you, gentlemen. This has been a fantastic episode.
I feel so too.
I appreciate you guys. You're wonderful.
Yeah, thank
We appreciate you.
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 Yeah, this has been a lot of fun. It's especially it's so interesting from my perspective because I have never really had a lot of direct exposure with Radiohead. It's always been just
Right.
like they are a band that exists,
Mhm.
but I never really knew much about them.
That's honestly me with most bands. So
So it's pretty cool to like understand and get a little bit of actual understanding of what some of the stuff is like.
Yeah,
nice little deeper dive.
I completely understand that. Yeah, it's nice to sort of drown in it with you guys. Honestly, it's kind of opening up some weird shit for me.
Right, I can imagine.
Yeah. So we don't meet again for a little bit, Chase. You have some time off. I think the next time we meet is going to be in October.
That is some time off.
Yeah.
That is a lot.
That's 5 months.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with all
That's
of
right.
that.
I'm going to make you a playlist of all the videos, and you can just continue to go over them and over them. Thank you very much,
Thank you.
gentlemen. Chase, I'll see you in October, and Nico, we'll see you.
Bye bye.
That was very sweet.
That was really sweet.
Thank you, gentlemen. It was a
Honestly,
pleasure.
that was really fun.
I always enjoy these. This is like my favorite thing to do. Like, this stuff is always such a good time.
This podcast is recorded over Discord and produced by me, Floyd. The introduction and exit music is a cover of Radiohead's Separator and is available on all streaming services under the band name Lift. Find us on Instagram @HeadFullOfRadio.